Aloha, this is Hipfig's travel guide on Pu'uhonua O Honaunau National Historic Park, located on the island of Hawaii, popularly known as the Big Island in the U.S. state of Hawaii. In this Pu'uhonua O Honaunau National Historic Park travel guide, we provide information and show you Hawaii's ancient city of refuge near Kailua Kona. We'll start with general introduction and location information and how to get to this National Historic Park once you're on the Big Island, and information and tips for visiting this beautiful historic site in Hawaii. Everything shared on this video is from our own experience based on our visit to Pu'uhonua O Honaunau on the Hawaiian island. Do you know that the ancestral home of the Kamehameha dynasty began here at this National Historical Park? Welcome to Hipfig's Travel Guides. If you are a travel enthusiast, then subscribe to this channel. This is Hipfig's Beautiful America series. Welcome to the Pu'uhonua O Honaunau National Historical Park travel guide for visitors to the Big Island in Hawaii. In the Hawaii of the 1800s, if you broke any law called a kapu or was a prisoner of war, the penalty was death. Your only chance to live through this death sentence was to run and reach a sanctuary or Pu'uhonua, which is considered a sacred place. Here you receive absolution from the chief priest. This National Historic Park was one of those sacred refuges that offers sanctuary to the offenders of the kapu in Hawaii. The Pu'uhonua O Honaunau National Historical Park is located about 23 miles south of Kailua Kona and approximately 100 miles west from Hilo. If you're coming from the Kailua Kona side, then set your GPS and it'll take about 30 minutes from your location. You'll drive past the Captain Cook area. We drove from Kailua Kona, the Captain Cook area, on a warm, bright, and sunny day, the kind that you can only get in a beach paradise like Hawaii. We took Highway 11, also known as the Hawaiian Belt Road South. Between mileposts 103 and 104, look for the Hōnaunau post office. We made a right towards the ocean onto Highway 160. We drove down Highway 160 for about 3.5 miles to reach this National Historic Park. If you're coming from the Hilo side, it'll take you about 2.5 hours. The Daniel Inouye Highway is the fastest route to get to Kailua Kona. Once you reach the Kailua Kona area, follow the previously mentioned directions from Highway 160. As we got closer nearer to the historical park entrance, we noticed there was lots of cars parked on the roadside, and at first thought it was for the National Historical Park. As we got closer, we realized it was for Two-Step Beach, a popular snorkeling area next to this historical park. We continued to the entrance station and showed our interagency annual pass at the entrance of this historical park. The entrance fee for Pu'uhonua O Honaunau National Park is $15 per private non-commercial vehicle, $7 per pedestrian or bicycle, $10 per motorcycle, and all passes are valid for 7 days. If you plan to visit 2 or more other national parks, then it might be worth it for you to purchase the Hawaii Tri-Pack or the Interagency National Park Pass. This historical park opens at 7 a.m. and typically closes at 7 p.m. or 15 minutes after sunset. The visitor center is open from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. daily. Near the visitor center to the left are bathrooms and a water station, and at this small open-air visitor center and bookstore, you can get an orientation to the park, ask some questions to the volunteer or park rangers, browse the selection of Hawaiian books, videos, and handmade craft items available for sale. We got a map and decided to take the half-mile self-guided tour of the royal grounds and the Pu'uhonua area. There is also a downloadable tour available online. From the visitor center, we walk down an open-air veranda past the amphitheater. As you walk along the way, there are Hawaiian murals on your left which display ancient daily life and the chiefs wearing their traditional chief hats and capes embellished with yellow feathers. We began our tour by walking down the ramp to the Royal Grounds Trail. The Hawaii of the 1800s had strict social structures. The Royal Grounds were the residence of Hawaiian chiefs. We follow the sandy path to the right to the temple model located near Hōnaunau Cove. There's a small reconstruction of the Hale'okiwave which shows the details from the wood frame to the thatched roof. Across the water we could see and hear people at Two-Step Beach snorkeling, which is adjacent to the park. Snorkelers are asked not to enter the water at Hōnaunau Cove in the park. This historical site is considered sacred and an important cultural site. Please respect this site that is important and significant to the Hawaiian people by following the rules here. If you'd like to visit Two-Step Beach, then from this park you can walk out of the parking lot past the entrance kiosk and then turn left on the second road to get to Two-Step Beach. Please be aware that snorkelers, swimmers, and sunbathers are asked not to use the restrooms at this National Historical Park. We continued our walking tour past the swaying coconut trees to the protected Hōnaunau Cove. Along the way, we stopped to play a game of konane. It looks like Chinese chess with small black and white stones as playing pieces, and it's played on a large carved lava surface. It was really peaceful sitting there, feeling the warm breeze and listening to the gentle waves from the ocean ebbing and flowing through the cove. If you come early in the morning or later in the afternoon when it's cooler, you may see honu, or green sea turtles, basking on the sandy beach of the cove. Please keep your distance from these protected turtles. In the past, only chiefs entered the royal grounds from the Hōnaunau Cove by canoe. As befits royalty, a conch shell was used to announce their arrival. We continued towards the beach and past the Great Wall, which is the barrier between the royal grounds and the Pu'uhonua area, to Hale'okiwave, located at the edge of the beach. Hale'okiwave is surrounded by a wooden fence and wooden images of Hawaiian gods. It's a royal mausoleum and held the remains of 23 chiefs. The mana, or spiritual power of the remains, makes this whole area sacred. This temple mausoleum was constructed in honor of the great-grandfather of Kamehameha I. The ocean view from here is spectacular and breathtaking. We walked around the temple to the Pu'uhonua area. This is where asylum seekers would swim to reach absolution for their crimes. The waves are stronger here and surrounded by craggy lava, so I can imagine that only the strongest could have made it here. We continued to walk along the sandy beach to other stops along the way and then went through the opening in the Great Wall back to the Royal Ground area. This 400-year-old Great Wall is up to 12 feet tall in some areas, 18 feet wide, and over 900 feet long. This wall outlines the sacred space of the Royal Ground. Once back on the Royal Ground, we walked past the Royal Fish Ponds. The fish here were only to be consumed by the chief and royalty. If you continue past this point, you will see the path for the 1871 trail. This historic 2-mile round-trip trail goes to the park back country to view historic remains of agricultural sites from the 1800s. This trail is flat, but you will be walking through some rough lava rocks, so please wear hiking shoes, a hat, sunscreen, and bring water. We finished our self-guided tour to our last stop, which was the Halau, a pair of thatched huts, which now is used to store canoes and a demonstration spot for Hawaiian artisans. FYI, recreational fishing is permitted in the park in the picnic area located past the wall. If you are interested in Hawaiian history, there's a library here with an extensive collection of books and videos. Please call to make an appointment by calling 808-328-2326. There is no food or drinks for purchase in the park. Pack a lunch and eat it in the picnic area. Cold refillable water station and drinking fountains are available near the visitor center. We recommend combining your visit to this National Historical Park with Two-Step Beach. The Pu'uhonua O Honaunau on the Big Island is historically significant and absolutely mesmerizing and worth the visit. Happy travels! Go to hipfig.com for more information, or go to our Hipfig travel channel on YouTube and be sure to subscribe for regular updates.